Ashram doesn't have one single point of view, each one has the liberty to think in the way he thinks. It's discipline, but each one has the liberty. The only thing is that everyone has to work, and the most important thing is harmony. Work has to be carried out in harmony. And the achievement of harmony is the most important thing in anything that we do.
There is no preaching here. The very atmosphere of the ashram is charged with the Master's teaching. When one is accepted as a disciple, he is not initiated into any mantra or asked to follow a set of yogic discipline. The ashram does not follow any religious creed, tradition, or convention. The ashram vibrates with truth along with purity, serenity, clarity, discipline, and orderliness. Masterpieces like The Life Divine, Savitri, and The Synthesis of Yoga were written in Pondicherry. As a writer, he had completely surrendered to his inner calling. One of his close disciples, Nirod Boron, has written, "We used to see him sitting on his bed with his pen and paper on the table, but no books. The words came flowing to his pen as from a hidden silence. Now and then he would stop, look in the front, and dive again. He had stopped thinking long ago. To be free from the responsibility of thinking was a great relief." Times Literary Supplement wrote on January 1942, "He is a new type of thinker, one who continues in his vision of the alacrity of the West with the illumination of the East. To study his writings is to enlarge the boundaries of one's knowledge." Radio was not initially allowed in the ashram, but it was brought in, and Sri Aurobindo finally asked to place it in a corner from where the world news could be heard. He had suggested that the Crips' mission to India should be approved, and India could support Britain in the war against Hitler's Germany. He had forecast the impending territorial menace that India might face once the Chinese under Mao Zedong were allowed to advance. He had sanctioned the establishment of an international school in Pondicherry and advanced scientific studies.
The mother began the school on 2nd of December 1943, and many parents were staying in on the border areas of India, and they were affected. Those areas were affected by the Second World War. So that's the time when they wrote to the mother in Sri Aurobindo to allow their children to come and be here in the ashram, the family members as well. So that's how the mother in Sri Aurobindo opened the school for the children and the family members. Naturally, with the coming of the children, the school opened. 2 years later, the physical education opened. And since then, we are trying to implement an all-round education. We try to give an all-round education to the children, taking into account not only the mind's development, the mental development, but also the development of the finer aspects of their personality, as well as giving them the physical education to develop, for them to have a healthy, fit, well-exercised body with all the faculties developed. And thereafter, through quite a quiet methods to methods of contemplation, self-seeking, we try to bring in other aspects.
Mother could not indulge in the cultivation of aesthetics in the ashram without his approval. He was a champion of poetry and politics in life.
যদি কিছু দাও মোরে দান হৃদয় ভরিয়া দিও প্রেম কণ্ঠ ভরিয়া দিও গান গান যদি কিছু দাও মোরে দান। Before me, there were music classes in the ashram. Shahanadi took Dilipda, yes, then Shahanadi, Tinkurida. They all took music classes, but elderly persons, they used to go to them and they used to learn. I think mother wanted children to learn music, and that's how she wanted to start a music class in the school. And I was the fortunate one who got her grace. When mother spoke to me about the music class, I was really surprised. I couldn't believe my ears that mother is telling me to start music class. Anyway, with her grace, I should say, I started. Whatever I had learned at Calcutta, with that I started music classes. And then it was really her grace which has carried us through.
In 1919, Henri Cartier-Bresson, the famed French photographer, was permitted to take his photographs. One can experience in them the mystic fire and light in his eyes, and encounter the light of knowledge and wisdom. The mother said that she had to frame some rules simply because no institution or any kind of corporate life could possibly be run without some laws laid down for general guidance. But the sadhuks were groomed in such a manner that there was no off-time enjoyment or mutual companionship or talk, feasting or gossiping. The 21st century is an age of communication. One may raise questions about the norms, but the fact is that the Pondicherry ashram has a unique stake on life. As an American journalist has said, the ashram is but a rough sketch of the promised land, of a new heaven and a new earth. If and when there is any kind of violation in the connectivity level between the divine and the human, there automatically is a rejection. It was not in Sri Aurobindo's nature to show extraordinariness or trumpet forth his achievements in order to rise in the estimation of the world. Even when things went against his expressed will, he kept silent. His tranquil mind did not fail to respond even during severe physical illness in the last hour of his life. The mother was the motivating force behind the making of the ashram. She was in charge of the commune. She never converted it into a monastery for monks or sannyasins, nor made it a cave of austerities in a retreat for recluses. Prosperity, not austerity, had been the leitmotif. Indeed, prosperity is palpable everywhere. The morning sky resonates with the sun's solemn glow. The seas sing in joy. Acres of greenery offer fruits and flowers in abundance. Blissful solitude sweeps upon the lotus pond. Peacocks nestle in the woods. Birds twitter. People from all walks of life queue up in absolute silence to reach out to the samadhi of Gurudev and Ma. Peace dwells on each atom of life here. Silence reigns.
To achieve the silence of which Sri Aurobindo and the mother have spoken, the silence they have prescribed, that itself is a great sadhana. But once that has been achieved, oh, the delight or the tranquility, the peace, which we can envision, at least mentally we can imagine, that would manifest. And there only the reality of my being, the truth of my real existence, that will come out.
तव महिमो जल अलखित बरसे चैत पुरुष मम जागृत हरसे वितर विभव तव साधक वृंदे नम योगेश्वर श्री अरविंदे। ज्योतिर्मय तव कृपावतरणे सार्थक कर गुरु मम योतरणे नंदित कर मन मधुकर वृंदे नमो योगेश्वर श्री अरविंदे मानस विज्ञान दिशारी सच्चिदानंद लोक विहारी कर करुणा तव मानव वृंदे नम योगे